Hello folks and welcome to the channel. We are here with Season 6 Round 2 of WWR, and I'm hearing myself on the stream there. That was absolutely horrendous. But yeah, we're just waiting for a few other drivers to join in. We are going to be doing a full qualifying session with 36 laps around this 4.318 kilometre, or if you prefer that in miles, that's 2.683 miles. 3 DRS zones here, 10 corners, and it's looking like it's going to be a lovely race. Tyres are the softest that we have, the C5 soft, C4 mediums, and the C3 hard compound tyres. Looking back at the previous race, it was an incredible victory by Onsu in the McLaren. Ended up getting victory by, I think it was 35 seconds roughly. So let's see if anyone's going to be able to hold a candle to that today. King James is in, so Onsu is in first place in the drivers' standings with 26 points. King James is in second with 18, with Nike in third on 15, 12 points for Scofie in fourth. In fifth is Fake Scouser on 10 points. ARL is on 8. Then we've got Jay on 6. Lewis is in 8th on 4 points, 2 points for Buckle, 1 point for Callan, and then the rest of the field is on 0 points. Now we'll go over to the constructors. McLaren leading with 26 points. Racing Bulls are hot on their heels with 24 points, only 2 point difference there in the lead of the constructors. And we've got 2 McLarens and 2 RBs here tonight, so we'll see how that is going to fare. Ferrari are on 18 points, and they're sitting in third. Alpine are on 16 points, in fourth. Fifth for Haas on 15 points. Then we've got Mercedes on 2 and Aston Martin on 1. We've got Williams, Sauber, and Red Bull and Alpine are all on 0 points right now. No, sorry, Alpine are there. Sorry, that was reserve drivers section. My mistake. So, moving on to the rest, we're just waiting to see what is happening. Give me one moment, folks. I think we're just having an issue, so I'll be back in a minute. So we are back, folks. Sorry about that. We were trying to get someone in the lobby there, and I had to do some invites there. So apologies about that. We're just getting AJ into the session now, and then we'll be ready to get underway for this full qualifying session. 36 laps of this wondrous Austria track. So let's see, we're just waiting on the chat, see what's happening. So we'll go down. Oh, we've got Benji in the chat. Same with Trucker and Palmer Prop as well. So nice to have you guys along. Yep, we're still waiting on that, Benji. We'll see. I'll go back to the chat and see what's happening. Yep, and he's in. So we've got him in, and we are about to get ready to get going again. So let's see what is going to happen in this qualifying session. I think it's not really going to matter right now because I think people are going to be coming up a bit late. So let's get back to the main chat. There we go. So I've got the YouTube chat up now. So anyone in the chat feels like firing any messages in, fire them in, and let me know how you are all feeling about this. We've got 13 for now, with a few people being a bit late, so we'll see how things are going to go. We're just waiting for Nike now to pick his tyres, and I think that's it. There we go, getting going. So since it's going to be that, we'll put up the tyre stats. Since there's only 13, it's technically going to be a little bit of a practice session. I mean, I would say that, considering especially how well he performed last week at round 1 in Spa. I mean, talking about Spa, oh my god, that just hearing that news recently about how it's going to be rotational on the Formula 1 official calendar now. Yeah, that's just a bit tough to bear, I'm not going to lie. One of my all-time favourite tracks, but there we go, we've got Ansu, they're out in the mediums. Yeah, but Ansu last week did win by a massive gap, 35-second gap, just absolutely stormed the field. And it was incredible. Nike has retired and left this session. What is happening with Nike? Oh, saying a surprise J performance. What are you thinking? Podium? You think Jay could pull off a podium here? I think we've got meant to have 16 for tonight, I think it is, with unfortunately a few drivers coming in late in Nike. I'm unsure what's happening with him. Give me a moment, just going to check. Podium, yes, he is quick here for his standards. It sounds like somebody's firing a few shots there, Benji. Somebody letting that nice guy persona slide a wee bit there. I'm only joking. Seeing Ansu now approaching turn 3. Got to be careful getting on the throttle. The DRS wide open. Maybe we getting a small slipstream from the car ahead. Got to brake early here since you're braking downhill into turn 4, and then you've got 5. Being careful there on the acceleration. Around turn 6, had a car there on the inside, which gladly for Onsu never put him off into 7 and 8. Now press and hold for 1 second. That was an insane race, I'm not going to lie. Into 9 and 10, and gets a bit of disturbed air from the car ahead of Angry Davey, but still, oh, jeezy peeps, that was a close one there from Onsu and Angry Davey. Angry Davey trying to get out of the way, but ended up getting in the way, unfortunately. You're in Italy today, that's incredible. How is it going in Italy right now for you, Benji? There we go, Onsu putting in a 104.654. Nice time there. And a 104.654, yep. So nicely done. We'll see who is going to be up next. We've got Dirty Taffy in the Red Bull at the Red Bull ring. Let's see how they are going to go. It's good. I'm coming back tomorrow. Come for a short weekend trip away, back to work Monday. I mean, that's fair. May as well get out and have a look at the world. You know, it is a very wonderful place, I will say. Has got a lot of trash, unfortunately, but it has got its beautiful, beautiful moments and places. And we'd say Italy is a lovely place. Onsu left the session. A little bit of thinking about that, but then Dirty Taffy put in a 106.544. So good enough to get him ahead of his teammate, who's actually on the soft compound tyres. When I don't want to use my work holiday, use my weekend off, it's tiring. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine, honestly. Let's see, we've got Buckle here in the Mercedes. Let's see what time the Mercedes man is going to be able to do it. On the mediums, goes third, 106.088. Now, you did say Jay. He's not really going for it right now, just using this as a practice moment. So we'll just see how he's going to do. But he is on the intermediate, so not going to be able to get a very good time out of that. But it's a 108.525, so not too bad for being on the intermediates. So I'm guessing it is not going to rain here tonight. It's going to be nice and dry, but of course we've seen a lot of mess-ups in the weather prediction strategists before on this game. He's not exactly got the best weather strategists. Sometimes it says it's going to just rain a little at the end, and then here it is, it just comes and it's absolutely battering it down at the start of the race, and it's... You may as well use a boat, you might be a little bit quicker. But yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but we're 11 minutes into this Q1 session. So we'll see, is there any word of I'm just trying to see if anyone else is going to be joining. Let's see, Chuck Norris, what time are they going to be putting? Third. My God, I was actually right. 105.310. Nicely does it. AJ into the pits. So Lewis is the only driver who's still yet to set a lap time, so we'll see how that goes. The Mercedes of Bucco moves out the way, nice and respectfully. Oof, looked like the tail end of that Alpine was getting out, going around turn 7, now into 8. Just a little small flick up to the right hand, flat out into 9, just a small lift. With these intermediate tyres, it's a bit of a bigger lift because you will be getting a bit more understeer. And then same into turn 10, and then going to the line, 108.520. So, did Trucker set his time? Nope, so Jay is actually the quickest on them intermediate tyres, so 108.409. Welcome along. All those others are in who have just joined us. Let's see, yep, you can see it's in the triple digits there on the screen, those little yellow ones just above the overtake bar. You can see that that is, the tyres are absolutely smoking right now. Lewis just taking it nice and easy back to the pit lane, causing yellow flags all over the place. Track is good for racing, hope no one in the front pulls away too much. Yeah, say that to Onsu, maybe get him to go AI mode, give the other people a bit of a chance, you know. Seemed a bit unfair. I'm winning by 35 seconds, a whole pit stop ahead of everyone else. Maybe even 2 pit stops, which was incredible, honestly. So I think we could expect good results from the McLaren this season. Give him an F2 car. I think he would still win in that, if I'm being honest. He's got this kind of tuned up a bit too well. So we've got 6 minutes 50 on the clock. 4 drivers are the only ones who are yet to retire. Maybe get him in my 1.2 litre Fiesta. Oh my god. It might be a close battle then. Maybe a close battle. Automatically on Sue starting at the back of the pit lane with 20-second time penalty added on. So seeing some people are Angry Davey is one to watch right now because his wheel is unfortunately disconnecting and such, so we're going to need to see how things are going to go. So we'll just go with the Cod Killer not on a lap really, neither is Trucker. Not much really going on track, we're just trying to figure out what's going on. I think some people are still waiting to join. Yep. SA starts at the back of the grid, has to do a drive through and everything. In your 1.2 litre Fiesta. Let's see, right now I think that's everyone back into the pits for now, so yeah, a lot of action out on track at this moment. So we've got 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. Everyone is retired. We'll see if anyone is going to be coming out for another last little bit of practice, a little last lap blast. Right, so I think we're going to have 15 for tonight. We've got Scofie and Shoei. So we'll see if they are going to be able to join and get a car in real quick. So sorry folks, we're waiting on just a couple of guys hopefully joining in so they could get into the Q2 session, and that way we could have a proper battle in Q2. Oh, we've got Scofie in. Scofie is in. Let's see if we're going to get anyone else. Come on, Shoei. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to do get people in real quick. It's going to be a tight one. There we go. We've got someone else in. We've got Kellen in. There we go. That's the end of qualifying. So Scoofy is on a lap. I think it'll be safe anyway, but they're just making sure. Oh, got a little wobble there from the Alpine. Gotta be careful there. Yep, that was a very exciting qualifying session there, Benji. So there we go. Q1 is over. We've got everyone into the session on to getting the fastest lap, 104.654 on the medium compound tyres. Then we've got Johnny Damon, Chuck Norris, Scofie, Bucko, Trucker, Taffy. Then we've got Thatcher's, the Cod Killer. On the intermediates, we've got Jay and Lewis. Jay being the quickest on the intermediates. The ones who did not set a time are ARL and Kellen Nike. And Angry Davey, I think he's going to be eliminated from this session actually. Or did he crash? I think he crashed, unfortunately. He must have. Pardon me. So here we are, we're moving on to the next part of qualifying. This is where it's all going to matter. We're going to see everyone on the soft compound tyres. Some people are just joining us now. Been a wee bit late, it's a bit unfortunate. Angry Davey, did you just drive straight on? Was that with your wheel disconnecting and you crashing out? I'm just curious as I did miss it, unfortunately. So here we are, seeing the Cod Killer's going to be the first out on track, followed by the McLaren of Onsu. So Onsu's got a chance to get a bit of a tow here, if possible, but I'm unsure if it is going to be the right thing for him, but we'll soon see. We shall soon see, folks. Just give me one moment. And here we go, we're seeing the Cod Killer starting their lap time. We shall go on board with them as they're approaching turn 1, braking just after the 100 metre board, clipping that apex at turn 1. Now going up the hill to turn 2, this little small kink to the left. As you get ready for the braking zone into turn 3, braking at that 100 metre board there, flinging the car to the right, being careful on the acceleration as you're going uphill, and the rear end of the car is likely to overtake the front of the car, so you've got to try and be stable as you get over that crest and open up the braking, open up the DRS, braking downhill into turn 4, and then you got turn 5 there into the left-hander of turn 6, keeping it stable. You usually want to try and run the car out as wide as possible there into 7 and 8. Nicely does it. Only 2 corners left to go, approaching the penultimate corner now. Just need a small little lift here, there we go, and a little jab on the brakes, coming downhill into turn 10. Bit harder braking there compared to turn 9, and then on to finish the lap. The Cod Killer puts in the time of 106.972. Onsu 104.348. And no, Onsu, what are you doing, lad? On the medium tyres, I think Benji's got it. Onsu's got this in the bag, I think. Yeah, just retire, Onsu. I think you've got this, unfortunately. Johnny Damon, fastest on the soft, still can't even get close to Onsu's time. That's going to be a bit of a tough one. Was in third on the 105.478, over a whole second slower than Onsu, unfortunately, with the other McLaren of Trucker in fourth at the moment, with Thatcher's fifth, sixth for Kaelin, who did come in late, didn't really manage to set a time in Q1, but is now able to finish up. Box, stay out. Sorry, it just reminded me of that meme with Kimi Räikkönen. That was just absolutely hilarious. Yep, and Angry Davison real power lead fell out, and he went into the wall. That's a bit unfortunate. Onsu, though, is filthy in that car. Yep, he is. It seems that with the pace that he's got. Let's see how Buckle is going to do on these mediums. Not very good going into turn 3. Big lock up there on the fronts. That is certainly not going to help him. Going down into turn 4, DRS is wide open. Breaking it downhill here just after that 100-metre board, hoping to hook that in nicely. Using that curbing on the exit nicely there. Now into turn 6, the first left-hander at this track, and here's the second one. Well, technically turn 2 is a left-hander, but can even consider that a corner, really. But now into turn 9, what a lift nicely on that apex curb at turn 9 and at turn 10. Nicely, beautifully does it. Mercedes driver Buckle coming across the line, puts that in 6th, a 106.326. Now we've got Jay, who Benji did say they reckon he's going to be doing quite good, especially for his standards. So the pressure is on Jay here. Benji's piling the pressure on you here, Jay. Coming around the corner, round 4 and 5, into 6 now. Nicely does it, using up all of that track that is available. Nicely does it, coming into turn 9 now. Into 10, nicely does it, absolutely beautiful, using up the track right to the limit there across the line, a 104.930. Still can't get close to Onsu, but the RBs are looking like they're going to end up getting quite good points here if this does keep up. Got Chuck Norris, who's going to be the next one out on a lap. Well, that hasn't set a time, that is. Is Thatcher's on a lap? Thatcher's is on a lap, so coming to the end. Red Bull at the Red Bull ring, currently sitting in P8. Let's see if they're going to go any higher. 106.366 is the time to beat, and they miss out on that by 0.04 of a second. But unfortunate there. Also seeing Onsu's got some issues every time he's going into the pits. It's ended up crashing his game, which is a bit unfortunate. Can't be having that. So we'll see how that is going to go. Jay feeling a bit confident there and retiring. Got Chuck Norris on a lap in that Mercedes-powered Aston Martin. Let's see how Chuck Norris is going to be able to do in this Aston Martin coming around at turns 7 and 8. Only got 2 more corners left to go. Misses the apex at turn 9, doesn't matter as much. Need to hook up properly at turn 10 on the final stretch to the line. It's going to be a 105.299. 6th place. It's good enough to get him into Q3, but we'll see if that is going to be able to hold out for the remaining of the session. So we've got Kalen, who's in the danger zone right now, on the cusp of the top 10. Trying to get a lap time in, but is unfortunately invalidated, going a bit too wide and taking a bit too much out of the exit of turn 7. A bit unfortunate there. So going again, but it's not got the battery, so it's not going to really work out, not going to get a quicker time. So Kellen isn't going to be doing that well. Chuck Norris, let's see how well the other Aston Martin is going to do. Currently coming up to turn 9. 105.299 is their best time so far. Let's see if they've got what it takes. Johnny Damon feeling a bit confident. Both RBs have retired from the session. Chuck Norris, a 105.113, does go quicker, not enough to move up any spaces as of yet. We've got Scofie, who's in the late, is actually in second with a 104.687. Quite close to Onsu, but Onsu's still got that nicely there. Oh, so ARL leaving it a bit late. Certainly is going to be a bit risky. We'll see how things are going to go, but then of course saving tyres a bit better. Just give me one moment, folks. So let's see, he's came out now. So we've got him in the chat, he says he's leaving it late. Bit risky, but let's see how things are going to go for the Ferrari. Time to beat is a 106.3, but I reckon that's going to go up a bit further in the later stages of this qualifying session. We'll see how things are going to be unfolding as he's approaching turn 1. Bit of a lock up there on the inside. We'll see if that is going to happen again going into turn 3. So into turn 3 now, we're going to see a lock-up, bit of a lock-up on the inside tyre there. On the right-hand front tyre, let's see, going into turn 4, DRS wide open, going down the hill, braking now. Big lock-up there again. It's one thing you're going to have to try and minimise, but we'll see how that is going to unfold into turn 6. Nicely does it into 7. Doesn't look like any braking at all, almost nicely does it. Now going up into turn 9 over the crest into the penultimate corner of the track, using up that curbing on the left hand side, hitting that apex and using up the curbing again on the exit of the corner, goes to the line, goes third, a 104.865, nice time there. And I think that's certainly going to get them through into the next stage of qualifying. Dirty Taffy coming into the pits. Oh, and struggling to get into the pits there. Man, just fortunately keep it straight there. Thatcher's is going to be out, so we've already found one driver. Same with Cod Killer and Knight. Won't be coming out again. We've got Buckle comes across the line at 112.652, but that's just a warm-up lap. We'll see how they are going to do. We've got Kalen, who is just coming up to turn 9 right now in that Aston Martin. We'll see how they're going to do. Clip that apex quite nicely, offsets them, give them a little bit of understeer with the approach, but now goes to the line. Oh, only gets P11, just a smidgen off Buckle's time. 0.006 of a second off of Buckle's time. Let's see if Kalen can carry on, but nope, I think that's it for Kalen. P11, Buckle is through, and I think that's it. I think we have our final set for Q3. As I don't think Kalen is going to be able to get a good enough lap, and unfortunately is on the medium tyres. Although that is the one thing that I'm curious about, is how Scofie actually managed to do such a good lap on them tyres. We'll go to Lewis. Did they improve on their time? I think they did. Now it is just Kalen who is left to cross the line. If you're walking up a bit, maybe move the... Is it better to maybe move the braking bias further back if you're walking up the fronts a lot? I'm unsure on how it works, as I'm not one to use anti-brake. I'm sorry, I've always used the assist for anti-brake, unless it's a rallying game, unfortunately. But here we go, on to getting the fastest lap time yet again in that McLaren. 104.348, over 3/10 quicker than Scofie in second place, and over half a second quicker than ARL, the closest on the soft compound tyres. Then we had Jay in fourth, nice time from him. Johnny Damon in fifth, sixth for Lewis. Then we got Chuck Norris, Trucker, Dirty Taffy and Buckle. They will all be moving on to the next stage of qualifying. The ones who will not is Kalen, who will be starting in P11, Thatcher's P12, then we've got Cod Killer 13th, and Knight, who unfortunately didn't set a time, will be starting down in P14. Yeah, wasn't trusting the car as much, so just got to get used to it. Well, hopefully you do, and we'll see how you're managing to do in this Q3 session. So we're expecting everyone to use the soft compound tyres now. So we'll see how that is going to go for some folks, if they're going to be using the soft tyres or not. We'll keep this little tyre. Buckle, why are you using the mediums? Never expected that. We'll see how that is going to lead. But he's actually coming out on the medium tyres. Only driver that is coming out on the medium tyres. Lewis in the Alpine, first one to hit the track on Red World Pirellis. This is going to be the first one to set a time, if they manage to get it within the track limits, that is. as we do know with this track, you're pushing that hard to the limit. You're going to have to be careful not to get the track limit violations. So let's see Lewis on a lap now, coming into turn 10 and exiting quite nicely here. First 1-2 set a lap here in Q3. Comes across the line to start the timer, and into turn 1 they go. Nicely does it. Not making sure not to extend on those track limits. Got a bit of traffic up ahead, hoping that they're going to get out of the way in time. Yep, and they do. It was their teammate of Scofie who's on an outlap. Could have went around and gave them a little bit of a tow there. I think Lewis might be a little bit annoyed about that, but we'll see. Looks like he's still managed to get it hooked together. Got a bit of a slide there going into turn 4. Don't want that too much. Seems sometimes a bit hesitant on that, on trying to keep the car steady, but still managing quite nicely there around turns 6 and 7. Turn 9 and 10 now nicely does it, using the track up a little on the exit. Comes across the line of 104.862. I don't think that's going to be good enough for pole. Onsu's just coming out of turn 3 just now. We'll go further up and see Bucko, who's going to be next 1-2 set of time, it seems. Getting a bit of a toll from a driver just up ahead. I think that was Scofie. Bucko 109.663. May have messed up his lap time, unfortunately. Jay puts in the fastest time of 104.727. But the eyes right now are on Onsu, and I think this may even go into the 103s. I have that slight feeling it's going to be a tight one, I think. But he absolutely flings that car into turn 10. And it's going to be a 104.071. And I think the only way that we're going to be able to stop Onsu is if we turn this into a game of Wreckfest, unfortunately. Dirty Taffy, unfortunately, invalidated their lap time. Johnny Damon is on a warm-up lap, I think, or a cool-down lap. ARL is on their lap. Let's see how they're going to do it. In that Ferrari, coming around turn 9, keeping it within track limits. Nicely done. To the line. What time are they going to be able to put on the board? It's going to be a second. 104.570. Closest time to Onsu. Still 5/10 off of that McLaren, but unfortunate there. Got Trucker who is on a lap. Let's see how Trucker in this McLaren is going to be able to do. Around turn 9 and 10. I've just got the final stretch to the line of 105.092. It's good enough for 6th place for the time being. Chuck Norris just starting their lap. Let's see how Chuck Norris is going to do coming out of turn 3, going down into turn 4 now. Only driver on the track who hasn't set a time yet. Big lock up into turn 4 just there, round 5 and now into 6. Callum has joined the session, nicely done. formula was XDF1 Pro, if I do remember right. So nice that we'll see him in the race today. Coming around turn 9 and 10 nicely. It's Chuck Norris. Let's see what time they're going to be able to put on the board. It's going to be a 105.464. Good enough for 8th place. So Lewis is actually on a lap right now. Got 5 minutes left on the clock. Currently sitting in 5th place. 104.862. Now coming down from turn 3 to turn 4 down that straight. DRS is open and now slammed shut as that Alpine slams on the brakes for turn 4. You're braking downhill, so you've got to brake that a little bit earlier, unfortunately. Now into turn 6. Nicely does it, using up that track on the exit. Nicely done. Into 7 and 8, sorry. Nicely goes into turns 9 and now 10, taking as much as apex. You want to be almost crashing into that barrier wall at the pits in order to get the best line of 104.388. That's the closest we have had to Onsu. So now into second place goes Lewis. Nicely done from them. So, let's see. Sorry about that there, folks. Just sorting some stuff out. See Chuck Norris. Let's see how their lap time is going to end up finishing. Using that overtake battery all the way to the line. Goes P7 with a 105.081. Nicely does it from then. We've got Scofie. And are they coming into the pits or finishing their laps? We're seeing that red indicator on the car. Oh, no, he's staying out, so this is a lap time. See what that Alpine is going to be able to do. Coming to the line goes P5, 104.664. 300s off of Johnny Damon, who is actually just a few hundreds up on him. In that RB, we'll see who else is going to be up next. We've got Trucker, who is on a lap. We'll sit on board with Trucker. Got 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. Trucker now coming around turn 6 here. Into 7, being not going into that apex as much, not keeping it in as tight, but hopefully that's going to give him the run that he needs going down into turn 9. And then into 10, he's got his teammate just behind him of Onsu. Wonder if he'll give him a bit of a tow going down any of the straights. But then again, Trucker, the best thing he may be able to do is just stay out the way, but he's still going for that lap. What we'll do is we'll go on board with Onsu right now, who seems to be the next driver who is going to set a lap. Or wait, is that going to be Dirty Taffy? Dirty Taffy's unfortunately invalidated. Buckle's just a little bit further ahead. Oh, Buckle going out a bit wider. Onsu coming into turn 7, flying that McLaren into turn 7 into 8 now. Only got 2 corners left to go. Welcome along all those who are watching right now. We've got on board with Onsu in the McLaren, who won by 35 seconds at last time out in round 1, and there he goes. He puts it half a second clear of Lewis, who is in second place right now. Nicely does it for the McLaren of Onsu. See, Johnny Damon is on a lap coming down into turn 4. Not much left on that battery, unfortunately, I think. Getting used up quite a bit there. Now, coming into turn 6, we'll go on board, using up that exit as much as possible on the exit turn 6. Into 7, nicely does it, using up the apex curb as much as possible at turn 8 there. Now into 9, and now we've got turn 10. Let's see, where's Johnny Dame? Oh, they've invalidated their time, that's unfortunate. Let's see, G, where are they? They're just starting their lap. We'll come back to them in just a bit. Dirty Taffy has unfortunately invalidated their lap time. We've got Buckle in the Mercedes coming up to turn 9, flinging that car to the right, hitting that apex and using that exit curb quite nicely into 10, and flinging that car in quite nicely, should I say, coming across the line. Puts in a 105.656. Does improve, but not enough to improve their position. ARL, I think they're going to be the next car up. Yep, it is. It's going to be the Ferrari of ARL. Let's see if they can improve on their 104.570. And can they get anywhere near that McLaren of Onsu? Coming into the final corner now. Let's see. It's going to be a 103.864 to beat. Are they going to do it? 104.213. That's just shy, but they do manage to get on the front row, and Jay has unfortunately invalidated their lap time. Does end up putting in a 104.813, not enough to move them up any positions anyway. But unfortunate there. But there we go, that is the end of qualifying. Sorry, that is the end of qualifying, and we're going to be, I think we're going to be having a little break. But there we go, on to getting the fastest lap, getting that pole position of 103.864. Nicely does it for the McLaren. Then we've got ARL in second, third for Lewis. Then we've got Johnny Damon fourth, fifth for Scofie, J in sixth, seventh for Trucker. Then we've got Chuck Norris in eighth, ninth for Dirty Taffy, and Buckle will be starting in 10th. Come the race, we'll be having a 5-minute break for the race coming up. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so we're going a bit early. It seems like someone didn't get the message to wait, and it seems like we're already away, and I think that's definitely going to be a restart there. Definitely a restart from... So someone is going to be getting a... So guys, it seems that we're going to be having a restart. Right, I'm going to wait until this is all over before I actually get this, because I'm going to need to get a quick screenshot. Right, so... Right, so... Really sorry about that, guys, but we're going to be having to restart the lobby. So I'm hoping that someone could actually leave or press X so I could get out of here. Oh, there we go. So the that are leaving. So now I could leave without having to close the stream. Fortunately enough, this is a bit unfortunate, guys. So I do apologise about this, but we'll get back up and running momentarily. Hello folks and welcome back. Really do apologise about that. I've been having a little bit of issues with the little break. Someone readied up a bit too early, so we've managed to sort that out, get everybody back in. Hopefully they're all in their right grid positions. And what I'm going to do, just to make sure, is I'm going to be going down just to double check and have a quick look. So Onsu is on pole. I can't even find the other one, GC Peeps. Yep, I would say that looks right actually, yep. So nicely done there from whoever it was that was hosting the lobby, so fair play to them. Apologies about this taking a little bit longer than usual. And now we're just going to wait for that timer to tick down. And we get that little here we go folks, getting ready. And there we go, we are away for the start of this Grand Prix, 36 laps away. We go on to getting a good start. Looks like ARL is trying to squeeze in behind. Oh, going in into there. Was that Johnny Damon going for it up the inside? Did end up losing the place to Scofie there. So now both the Alpines are up into third and fourth. Looking back there, Trucker could be under threat from Dirty Taffy, who looks to be going up the inside. And oh, taps into the back, and that's and Jay's around. Jay, was that Jay that's around? Jay is down at the back of the grid. 10-second penalty for a severe collision for Thatcher's with Jay, and I would say that was a bit unfortunate there for Jay. And oh my God, Thatcher's not leaving any space at the apex. They've got to realise that yeah, you've got to use the racing line to get the optimal line, but at the same time you've got to leave space for your competitors. Let's see how King James is going to be able to approach Thatcher's. He's going to have to try around the outside. I would think Thatcher's has really taken that Red Bull moniker to heart here. Goes out wide at turn 9, going into turn 10. We've got a big slew of cars behind. Is King James going to be able to get enough alongside? Going into turn 1, it seems that Thatcher's using a bit of that battery to try and pull away and make that gap. This is the battle for 8th place here. Gets a bad exit from turn 1, trying to squeeze King James over as much as possible. Got a terrible camera angle, goes side by side, going into turn 3. There we go, the camera angle switches up. He's got the inside line, he leaves space, gives that Red Bull a little bit taste of their own medicine there, it seems. And now that allows Callum up the outside, going into turn 4. Is he going to manage to keep it and get past that Red Bull? Looks like he is, and nicely does it there from Callum, managing to get up. So King James and Callum up 7 and 8 places. Nicely does it from them. 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 Nicely does it from we're going to move further up the field here and see this batch of cars sticking on to Onsu. A little McLaren DRS train, it seems. Going to go further back and see Chuck Norris being overtaken by Fake Scouser. But looking further up, Thatcher's been overtaken by Kalen. Is Fake Scouser going to be able to get past here after... Yep, it looks like he is, after a terrible exit from Thatcher's. Goes out wide, and that allows thingy up the inside Fake Scouser. Now you see King James and Callum battling it out. These two did end up joining in late, but the Haas and the Williams are battling it out tooth and nail here, and it looks like Callum is going to be able to come back with the DRS and get past that Haas car. Nicely does it, but gets a terrible go around at turn 4, and this could all change up here, but Callum seems to have managed to keep that 7th place nicely. 4.5 seconds is the gap to the pack up ahead, and it looks like Lewis could be slipping out of that DRS window maybe quite shortly, sitting at 9/10 just there. So we're going to move down to Fake Scouser, who's going for a move up the inside of Kellen through the smoke screen of brake dust there, and it looks like Kellen is managing to get past. He's got an Aston Martin double threat right on his tail here, and is Chuck Norris going to go for a double overtake? It looks like he is on the Ferrari and on his teammate, but he gets spun around by the Fake Scouser. Unfortunately, that was a bit of a... that was a Kalen's fault there. That is not on there. He slowed right down there and brake checked Fake Scouser. Has Fake Scouser got any damage to that front wing? I'm unsure. Can't get a good angle from this beautiful helicopter view. Doesn't look like he managed to escape with no damage, fortunately enough. But, Cod Killer going off track. Nemeth ends up hitting Chuck Norris. Now, who was it that was a bit unfortunate to get caught up in that incident? I'm unsure, but Nike will have to be a bit careful. Johnny Damon losing 2 spaces there to Callum and King James. What is Nike going to be able to do? He's trying to gain on the Aston Martin of Kalen here, going to the left-hand side, going to take that outside line, going into turn 1. Into turn 3, sorry, my mistake. Sorry, my head's elsewhere right now. Nicely does it. I'm going to move further up the field and see Trucker right on the tail of Lewis here. Lewis has actually dropped back after Scofie and himself swapping places, both the Alpines swapping. And it seems, is Scofie going to be able to do this? In fact, one thing we haven't checked is tyre strategy. So Trucker and Lewis are actually on the hard tyre, Scofie is on the mediums, same with ARL, and they can't catch Onsu, it seems. It seems Onsu's getting all the good exits and being a bit greedy and leaving nothing for the rest of the field. And the McLaren of Truckers going up the inside of the Alpine, going into turn 3. Is he going to manage to take that 4th place? He's going to have the DRS wide open here. Going down into turn 4, Lewis will be using up all that battery as much as he can, but nope, there is nothing that he could do right now. He's going to have to slot into 5th position. Nice overtake there from Trucker, brilliant lining that up there, sitting up into 4th place. Going to go down to Jay, who's in this battle with Fake Scouser and Johnny Demon. Got Nike right behind, but Jay doing quite nicely, sitting in 10th place after a terrible start. But he is managing to claw it back quite nicely. Let's see, is there going to be an overtake here? Quite possibly. stay on board with Jay. In fact, we'll go up here and see Lewis and Trucker battling out going into turn 3. He's trying to keep that outside line. Is Trucker going to manage to do this? Who's got the DRS? Trucker's got the DRS and he manages to keep that third place. Absolutely spectacular there from the Scotsman. Getting that fourth place there. Lewis is going to have to try and do whatever he can and pull something special out the bag in order to get that position at turn 3 anyway. That was absolutely spectacular driving, moving back down. Fake Scouser right on the tail of Johnny Damon, sorry. 3-second time penalty for King James. It's easy to get penalties here, so some people have to be a little bit careful. They are pushing on the limit quite a lot in this Grand Prix. There's plenty of spaces where you could end up overextending a little, as we've seen the case with Thatcher's just now, getting another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. In fact, I'm unsure if that is another one for them or not. We'll check in just a moment. Oh, was that Johnny Damon going off? Johnny Damon went off and into the wall. Any damage received? No. I'm pretty sure he bounced off the wall. Give me just a moment. I'm actually curious if this is on. Yep, that's why. 2 seconds, folks. So it seems we've had a little bit of a mishap, unfortunately, with the driver damage. No one will be getting any damage, so it's going to be a nice fair. It doesn't look like there's going to be a safety car here tonight, but Trucker and Lewis are not going to let that stop them. Going tooth and nail with each other. Who's going to walk out? It looks like it's going to be Trucker this time. King James and Callum battling out yet again. These two have been sticking quite close to each other all race. Let's see, is it anyone? Oh, ARL and Scofie battling out here. Scofie trying to come back, going down the inside. Nope, not going to be able to get the room to do it, but does get a better line on the exit. Oh, a little bit of a wobble there from Scofie ARL. What are they going to do? They're going to have the DRS, going to go and attack the outside, getting squeezed by the Alpine. And now into turn 4, who's going to be walking out as the winner in this little battle here? It looks like they're going to be side by side around turn 5, but carrying the momentum is the Ferrari, coming out on top and getting that second place there. But hold on a minute, that Alpine's still going, still trying to stay in this fight. Absolutely incredible from Scofie there to still try and battle on. Bit of a wobble there from King James. Is that signalling something to Callum? Like this could be his time to strike. We'll soon see. He could get a double overtake here with Trucker not having that a penalty either. Jay has retired from the session. So So let's see, Callum, Trucker and King James battling out here. King James managed to get past Trucker. Let's see if Trucker's going to be able to get back past. Going to be using that DRS. Got that outside line going into turn 1. But that could turn into King James's favour. But wait a minute, here is Callum coming up the inside. He's going to have the slipstream as well from the McLaren and using that DRS and moves up. The McLaren of Trucker is sort of stuck here on the outside and could be losing another place to Lewis, who's dropped down to 6th. But he still manages to get that DRS to protect him from Lewis as things stand right now. But hold on a minute, nope. Is Lewis going to go for it on the exit? Doesn't look like it. So we're watching this battle for P3. Callum is the lead of the pack right now for this battle for P3. Onsu is typically flying away in typical Onsu fashion. Let's see, are any big actions away to move just now, or are we going to have to wait? It looks like Lewis is going for Scofie. Scofie is going for Lewis, sorry. And up the inside, going into turn 3, it looks like Scofie's managed to get that move done nicely there. Callum and King James side by side, going through turn 7 and 8. Going into turn 9 here, who's going to walk out on top? It's going to be Callum or King James side by side, going into a corner where you don't want to go side by side. King James goes into the pit lane. Let's see, is Callum going to be able to get that DRS? No, he didn't. So now he is vulnerable to Trucker, who is right behind and will have the DRS. Goes out wide, this is leaving him vulnerable. Trucker is going to be able to get that position off of the Williams of Callum. And there we go, up into 3rd place it goes. Trucker, big lock up there on the inside, but manages to extend that out and block the route for Callum. Nicely done there, perfectly executed. But wait a minute, Callum's got the DRS back again. Coming down into turn 4, he's got that inside line against the McLaren. Who's going to be walking out on top? Williams or McLaren? He's having to keep a tighter line. He's going to have the outside line going into turn 6. Who's going to be walking out with it? They're sticking with each other side by side still. Hards versus mediums. This is incredible. On lap 14, the mediums will be screaming out in pain right now, and the hards will be warming up. But right now, it looks like Callum's managed to come out as the victor in that battle. That was an excellent battle there between the two of them. ARL into the pits now from 2nd place. Onsu going for an offset strategy, going on the hard at the start of this Grand Prix, and will be transitioning onto the mediums, I'm guessing, in a few laps' time. But Callum under threat from Trucker, who's going to make it a 1-2 for now. Oh, Callum gets pushed off a wee bit wide there. A little bit of aggressive tactics there from the McLaren of Trucker. And that is essentially Formula 1. You've got to be aggressive if you want to succeed, and that is what Trucker is doing, trying to get around the outside at turn 4. Brilliant driving there. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. I wonder who that is. Is that Dirty Taffy? No. That's actually Johnny Damon, who's retired on track. That is a no-go. Fudging hell, that was close. Be careful on track, guys. There's a car up ahead. I think it's gone now. Yep, it's going around turn 1 and right onto the exit of turn 1. So see it up there, so nicely does it. So let's see, as ARL has the undercut worked, and it has quite heavily. Nicely does it. 3-second time penalty for Fake Scouser. We'll have a look at the penalty situation just now. So penalties, 3 seconds for Trucker, Schofield, Lewis, King James, Fake Scouser, 19 seconds for Thatcher, so they must have a 10-second time penalty still from that incident with Jay at the start of this Grand Prix, and 3-second time penalties. Same with Buckle, who has 3-second time penalties. Looking on, Callum's the biggest gainer right now on 10 positions right now. King James is 0.2 of a second away. We've got a yellow flag, which has just turned green again. We're on lap 17 out of 36. We're almost at the halfway point of this Grand Prix right now. Scofie into the pit lane, looking at Lewis and Trucker here, battling out for this P2 position. And been given the squeeze by Trucker. To Lewis coming in a bit too hot there, and has no choice but to yield. Thatcher's has retired from the Grand Prix. Seems like they have had enough, unfortunately. Battling out here between Lewis and Trucker. It's going to be a tough one here. And Lewis is the one who has to yield. Trucker being excellent right now. Brilliant defending. See if he has got what it takes to carry on though. Going to go down to King James, who's right on the tailcoats of ARL. And have they both pit? Yep, they both have, and it looks like King James is going to be coming out on top right now. So for a pit stop here is about 22 seconds. So right now King James needs to make up another 6 seconds in order to get into the lead. But he's not going to do that with ARL sticking right with him, not letting him get anywhere. Move up to Trucker and Lewis, who are still battling out. These two are going at it with each other. And they've already lost about 3 seconds to Onsu here with this ongoing battling with each other. Absolutely incredible, if I do say so myself. Same with Callum and King James. These two have been battling out the whole race, not giving each other any room. Did start right next to each other. Now they're up into 4th and 5th as things stand right now. Bit of a wobble there from Callum. Can that leave ARL the chance? Nope. Callum manages to get past King James. King James must have made a bigger mess up there. And ARL is not able to counter. Lewis and Trucker have swapped places again. Up in 2nd and 3rd place. We'll see if ARL can make any movement on the pair of these guys, of Callum and King James. We're on lap 19 out of 36 here. Well, just went on to lap 20, so... But then the next driver is still coming around turn 9. Going to move up to Lewis right now and see if he's going to be able to do anything moving forward. All those watching right now, thank you for enjoying this. If you do enjoy the content, if you've not subscribed already, a little subscribe does go a long way, and if you are enjoying the content, please leave a like. It does mean a lot, as Lewis now moves up into 2nd place, gives the Max Verstappen line to Trucker there, and it seems like he gives that position back. It seems like the gloves are off between these guys, but he's been fair, gave him the place back. So quite nicely done there. We're going to move down to Callum, King James and ARL. There's a little battle going on. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. That seems to be for Chuck Norris, I think. Yep, who fell down a bit. Battling out with Buckle right now, going around at turn 3. And who's going to be walking out with DRS? It's going to be the Aston Martin of Chuck Norris, who's going to be able to successfully defend with that DRS. Now moving up to this battle for 4th position. The top 3 all into the pit line now. Onsu already managed to get out in front of Callum by... Let's see where it ends up after turn 3. That'll be about 6 seconds. He's managed to clear the gap on him from. Now, let's see, King James going into turn 3 with Callum, sorry. Callum managing to hold off quite nicely there. Got a yellow flag in Sector 2. Who is that for? Is that for Dirty Taffy, unfortunately, with Onsu just behind, so he's going to move out the way and let Onsu past. Blue flag, blue flag. I've got to remember that. That one. Now let's see, ARL Callum battling out with King James for this 2nd place. Now, everybody has made a pit stop now, so that is good that all the pit stops are sorted now. But unfair, this became a battle for 2nd place. Onsu doing a bit well, a bit too well, I will say, and has ended up managing to create quite a big gap there. 6.8 seconds the gap now after that pit stop, so nicely does it. We've got Callum and King James battling out, and it looks like Callum managing to get up into 2nd place. King James, has he managed to get that back? Doesn't look like it. Looked like he was going to be able to get that back there, but now going down into turn 4, he is going to get the inside line. Let's see who's going to work out the best, the Haas or the Williams. It looks like it is going to be the Haas who moves up into 2nd place. Nicely done there from King James. But ARL, they've been very nice this evening. Not got a penalty, not set a foot wrong just yet. So one of only few, Nike and Chuck Norris and Dirty Taffy also. Same with Onsu, who sets the fastest lap, 106.166. Fastest time as things stand. Up to this battle with King James and Callum right now. Battle for 2nd place. It looks like Callum is going to be able to get that position off of King James. It's not going to really bother King James that much because he is sitting at 6 seconds worth, so he will have to create that 3-second gap to Callum and 6-second gap to ARL if he wants to succeed here tonight and get that 2nd place. Going to be a bit of a tough one, but we'll see how things do stand at the end. Let's see, is Callum going to be under threat this lap? It may not be right now. May not be going into turn 3, but by turn 4, King James will be right on the tail of Callum Lewis, getting a 3-second time penalty. Definitely not what he needs as he's battling with Trucker for that 8th place right now. Let's see what King James has got in store for Callum, going down the inside, going into turn 4. Looks like he's already ahead into the braking zone. Nicely does it from the Haas, taking back that 2nd place. These two have been battling out for most of the race, if anything, which is always nice to see. Great rivals on track. Oh, looked like a slip up there from King James going around turn 7 there, and that allows Callum back past. We're on lap 20, well, about to go into lap 25 now. And it looks like King James is going to have the DRS and going to be the aggressor this time around yet again. DRS wide open, moves to the left hand side. Is he going to manage to get the move done? He does. Callum not too bothered, just going to try and get a good exit here and get that DRS. There we go. DRS is wide open. We see that Williams sign looking up to the sky before it slams back down and looks forward as you go into the braking zone. Nicely does it there from Callum. Let's see how Fake Scouser is going to handle Scofie here. Are we going to get 2 top 5 finishes for the Ferrari team? Looking on it, they both got the same amount of penalties, so it's not too much of a fuss between Fake Scouser and Scofie. This is a battle for position here. Trucker getting a 3-second time penalty. Another one. King James getting back past Callum. These two battling it out tooth and nail. It's incredible action between the pair of them. Fake Scouser sitting 3/10 behind Scofie on the exit of turn 8. Manages to close that into a 10th and a half. Going into turn 9 on the exit of turn 10. He ends up going down to half a second, but now DRS has now been enabled. We've got a little fuel indicator on Fake Scouser. He's going to have to be careful with that fuel. Does end up going wide at turn 1. So that's always fun. Going to move further up to King James here, who's going for a move on Callum. Got a bit of traffic here, as we can see the Cod Killer just up ahead. Seems a little bit fishy, he's not getting off the racing line. There we go, moved out of the way quite nicely there. King James managing to get through quite nicely there with the Cod Killer being out of the way and quite fairly there. Nicely done. So it's a bit unfortunate we've not had a safety car to bunch the pack up a bit again, but let's see how this action is going to unfold. Trucker has left the session. Oh no, hopefully he can get back in. Let's see how King James is going to be faring. Coming down into turn 4, Buckle getting another 3-second time penalty. But unfortunate there, Buckle in the 15 seconds. We've got 5 3-second time penalties now. So 15 seconds altogether. We're on lap 28 out of 36. Not long left in this Grand Prix. Only about 8 more laps to go. ARL not risking anything, just keeping it nice and clean. So Cod Killer running off a bit wide there. Got Scofie on the 3-second time penalty. Seen Callum and King James side by side as we're getting on board from ARL. going into turn 3. King James has got the DRS. He's going to take a stab back at Callum, going around the outside into turn 4, and it looks like he's got it done before the braking zone. Nicely done there from the Haas. Incredible battle in here from the pair of them. Going to go down to Scofie as Ferrari and Fake Scouser battling it out. Is Fake Scouser going to be able to get this done? Nope, doesn't look like it as things stand. Got a yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, a little bit of premeditated there. Chuckle getting a little bit out of shape there. Dirty Taffy getting out of the way, it seems, of the drivers ahead, and Buckle manages to move up. We've got King James and Callum swapping places yet again as we move on to lap 30. Callum moving up into second place, but that could all change right now as he went wide at turn 1, and that's allowed King James to move back up. That's allowed King James to move back up into second place, but he has got a 6 seconds time penalty over the drivers behind him, so you could end up losing 2 places and finishing 4th. ARL could actually get this second place here if these two just keep battling on as they are. ARL has got this second place in the bag, and that could mean absolutely incredible points for the Ferrari outfit. Anyone here who is watching and enjoys this type of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and we could get more content coming your way. And also comment down below after the stream has finished if you would enjoy any other content on anything else, and I could see what I could do about sorting that as Callum moves up into second place there. King James, what have you got to say about that as he opens that DRS? You see the DRS on the Haas wide open, that rear wing, to give him that extra boost and lower the drag. Let's see if he's going to be able to get it. Gets a good exit from turn 3, gets the DRS open. What side's he going? He's going down the inside, going into turn 4. Trucker has left the session again. That's a bit unfortunate. Hopefully he can get back in quickly. Looking on at King James, though, manages to get around into the inside of turn 4 and get that second place back off of Callum. This is absolutely playing into ARL's hands here. This is perfect, just what they wanted. These two to keep battling out. He's just going to be hoping and praying that Onsu does end up messing up and possibly even spinning out, and in that way he could even steal the race win from all under their noses. Kellen getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That's another one. So ARL's doing the smart thing, being careful, not overextending his limits quite nicely. King James and Callum battling it out still incredibly. Callum trying to keep a nose in there going into turn 3, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. He couldn't do it, and he has to allow King James back past, who takes that second place. King James now moving up back into second place. Callum down into third. We've got ARL in fourth. Going to move down to Scofie and Fake Scouser going side by side into turn 4. And oh, bit of a wobble there from Scofie, and Fake Scouser up into 5th place. Doesn't have to worry too much about Scofie behind, as they do end up having 3 seconds extra of penalties on top. Bucko not managing to get close enough to Chuck Norris, probably not wanting to risk it or that. Looks like the closest battle on track is between Callum and King James. We're on lap 33, so we've only got another 3.5 more laps here. King James now getting up into second place. And it looked like Callum's going to try and throw it up there. We've got Fake Scouser being overtaken by Scofie for that 5th position. King James and Callum swapping places yet again. We'll go down to Fake Scouser. Are they going to be able to get past that? They have got that petrol, the fuel indication line that the fuel isn't going to last much longer. Let's see if it's going to be enough fuel to get them to the end of this race. That is what's important. As long as he could keep that going until the end of the race, they could end up stealing this 5th position away from Scofie. It's going to be difficult considering the fuel at this track does end up getting used quite a bit. We're going at Callum, throwing it around the outside. Is he going to manage to get this overtake done? King James is coming back at him with that DRS, and it's not going to be a challenge, unfortunately, for King James to get that 2nd place back again. Nicely done from the Haas. Fake Scouser just playing it nice and calm. He knows that he's not going to be able to catch up to the rest of the field up ahead. Same with ARL, so they're just playing it a bit smart right now. Oh, not using the DRS. Callum's been very tactful here. He's using the DRS now though. Going for the overtake, going into turn 3. We can see him down there. Going into turn 3 now. Looks like it's going to be the Williams of Callum who is the first one in. But King James is coming back, and it looks like he's going to have the DRS also. But unfortunately there for Callum, there's not much he could do or say about that. He has to yield. So looking at position changes right now, Callum and King James highest gainers right now with 13th and 14th. Fake Scouser up 10 places from 16th, so nicely done from him as well. Callum being careful, not going for that move just yet. Let's see if he's going to be able to, if he's using that same tactic, going for it, going into turn 3. Yep, he is. Who got the DRS? Is it going to be... It's going to be King James who got the DRS again. Oh my god, Callum, he's fallen into the trap. King James getting that position back. Nicely done from King James in that Haas. Easy does it. Scofie not going for a move just yet. Buckle, what are they going to do against Chuck Norris here? Doesn't look like he's able to do just anything right now. Oh, and this is the last lap. Sorry, sorry, folks. Callum and King James battling out side by side around turn 10, the final corner. And it looks like Callum's going to come out on top, but then that's going to switch around, and ARL is going to take that 2nd place with Callum, going to 3rd, 4th for King James, 5th for Scofie, which is going to change to Nike, as Nike hasn't got any penalties. So nice work out there for the Haas team. Fake Scouser coming to the line, and they're going to be in P7, or they're going to be further down. Lewis takes that P7, but Fake Scouser moves back up due to penalties there. But unfortunate there for Lewis, with a little bit of taste of that 7th spot, but unfortunately it went sour real quick. 7/10 later to be exact. Chuck Norris to the line to take that 9th position. Then we've got Buckle in 10th. Trucker, who has unfortunately disconnected, will end up coming home in 4th and 11th, I think it was. A lap down. So there we have it, folks. That is the end of this Grand Prix. It's been an absolutely stellar one. A few mess ups, unfortunately, but we'll manage to get there in the end and get this into an incredible race there. So Onsu getting the fastest lap of 106.166 and walking away with the race victory. So that is 52 points for Onsu now in the Drivers' Championship standings, absolutely flying away. ARL done very nicely to just sit behind Callum and James and just watch them two battling it out, which Callum came out the victor, King James in fourth. So they two done incredibly well tonight, coming from 17th and 15th up. Same with Nike up from 14th place. Nicely done from them. Same with Scouser up from 16th, finishing in 7th. Scofie in 6th. Lewis finished in 8th. Then we've got Chuck Norris in 9th. 10th for Buckle. Trucker in 11th. 12th for the Cod Killer. Then we've got Kellen in 12th. In 13th, 14th for Dirty Taffy. Thatcher's, Johnny Damon and Jay did not finish the Grand Prix, unfortunately. But now, that is the end of the round 2. So next week we are going to be moving on to, what's the calendar? It's going to be a sprint race in Saudi Arabia. So it's going to be an excellent one for that. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be next Saturday night, 8 o'clock. Stay tuned for that. And we'll keep you up to date with things. So from there, I've got to say well done to all the drivers out there, especially on Suder, flying away in the lead. Callum and King James, excellent battling out there. So until next week, from me, it is peace out.